Welcome, movie fans. Thanks for joining us for episode 131 of Reading Between the Reels, the premier podcast of punching vertebrae back into place. If you're a new listener, we're so glad you found us. And if you've been enjoying the show, please like, follow, and subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify. You can also support the show by posting on our socials and by joining our Facebook group. I'm Craig Dickinson, and I'm joined tonight by Justin Eldon. Corey's out again tonight. We wish him the best as he's recovering from surgery. But Justin, how you doing, bud?
We should punch him in the vertebrae, see if that does anything for him.
That might work.
It worked for Bruce.
It worked here.
Yeah. I'm doing well. How are you, Craig?
I'm good. It's one of my favorite things to do is podcast with you, Justin. So I'm doing very good.
Aw.
So enough schmaltz. What have we been watching this week? What you been watching?
What have I been watching? I feel. I'm blanked. What have I been watching? I feel like I told you. What have I been?
Well, we did talk about Gen V. Did you catch up on that? As of
Gen
this
V,
recording, the finale has aired. I've watched it. I don't know if you did yet.
Ooh, I have not seen the finale. I have children, and you should definitely not watch that show with children around. No. Nope. I mean,
we'll talk about that.
I have young children.
Yeah.
So I've been watching Gen V, which Craig and I both really like. The Boys, and I think Craig, you said. Like, I don't like Gen V nearly as much. Like, I probably wouldn't even watch Gen V if it wasn't connected to The Boys. I think you said it's, like, holding you over until the next season of The Boys.
Very much so.
Yeah, like, it's decent. You don't have, like, the characters aren't there. They're not as compelling as the characters in The Boys, but it's fun world building. And you get some laughs. I do feel like sometimes they try to be gross for the sake of being gross.
Fair.
But for the most part, it's got some fun stuff in that world. I feel like there's something else that I watched that I really wanted to talk about, but now I don't remember. Dang it! That was embarrassing. Anyway, what have you been watching, Craig?
Yeah, I'll go. Maybe it'll spark your imagination or your memory. So, on your recommendation, I watched Nightcrawler, which I had never seen.
Not an X-Men movie.
No, the Jake Gyllenhaal one where he's like, going to accidents and stuff and taking video and selling it to the news. Really interesting, very engrossing. Don't need to see it again, but I enjoyed it. I can see why it was critically acclaimed the way it was. I did see that like he got nominated for Best Actor for like everything but the Oscar, and there was some controversy about that. Like literally all the other shows were like, yes, he's good. Really phenomenal. Like I think you said something along the lines of like how charismatic he is and like everything else in this, and when he's like quite the opposite. It's a very different role for him.
Yeah, I like watch Jake Gyllenhaal in anything, and I'm like, yeah, Taylor Swift, I get you. I see it.
Prince of Persia, sure, we're right there.
I try to rewatch that, and I can't.
It's fine. It's not good.
Yeah, Nightcrawler's fantastic. It's it's not like what is it? What would you call it? Like a thriller, like a suspense thriller character piece. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot of things. Thriller's fair. It's definitely not it's not calm, right? You don't feel good watching it.
Yeah, it's very tense, and yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal just kills it in that role. He very much, he's like I wouldn't call that actor a chameleon very often, but I feel like in that role he is a chameleon. He does a good job.
It's a perfect example where your protagonist is not a good guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, it's kind of
it's not even
an anti-hero, I would say.
You're not even really rooting for him either.
Nope.
Yeah, not an anti-hero. Oh, I know what I've been watching.
Yeah, see?
I got it. Okay. So last week I watched Monsters on Netflix, the Ed Gein story, which prompted me to want to watch American Psycho, which in part is inspired by Ed Gein, with Bruce Wayne. What's it?
Yeah, Christian Bale. Yeah.
Why? Christian Bale, thank you. I'm so bad with actor names, which I feel like if I have a podcast about movies, maybe I shouldn't.
You're not usually.
I'm usually pretty bad. Anyway, American Psycho, I'd watched that movie before. This is my second time watching it, but I don't remember a darn thing about it because throughout the whole movie, I'm like, what is this? What is it? Why? It's so disturbing, and I don't understand who watches that movie and is like, yeah, this guy would make a good Bruce Wayne. Like, how does he make that leap?
See, I totally saw that way, though, because I didn't see it until much later. I saw it, I think this last summer I might have watched it, or late last spring. And just because of like the double life thing, I think was, and how he was just like, putting on a facade. I think for me, it was like, yeah, I can see how that would pique Christopher Nolan's interest.
Okay, I guess I could see, because he is kind of Bruce Wayne in that film when he's trying to be normal, like his normal douchebag character.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he kind of seems a little Bruce Wayne, but I still just don't think I would have ever watched that and been like, oh, that's our guy, that's our Bruce.
Yeah.
So that movie's weird. I don't know how I feel about that movie. I don't know if I'd recommend it. It's a good movie, but I don't know if I want to ever watch it again.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I've been watching is, and I don't know how this movie like slipped under my radar. So The Accountant with Ben Affleck and The Accountant 2.
Yes.
I had like never heard of these movies for whatever reason, and it's not like it's a low budget, tiny little thing. Like it's got some big name actors in there. Loved the first one. The first one was like, wow, I have not seen a movie. It like explores neurodivergence in like a fun, action-packed way, and like how that neurodivergence might lead to, I guess, people like viewing society in different ways. So the first one I thought was really cool, and it kind of like, I don't know, like shone a light on different types of people. But then The Accountant 2 just felt like more like it could have been in the MCU, like a post Guardians of the Galaxy MCU. It tried to be really funny and like action packed, and the characters were no longer serious, tragic characters. They were just funny. The second one was fine, but I thought the first one was much better.
Yeah. I have to assume the marketing budget for those movies, at least especially the first one, wasn't great, because it's a movie that I feel like I would have wanted to see if it had been marketed effectively.
Yeah.
Because I watch it and I'm like, yeah, this is great. Why have I not seen this? It was absolutely my reaction to seeing that too.
Mm-hmm. And Ben Affleck, I wouldn't call Ben Affleck a good actor. But I don't think he's a bad actor. He's really good in a lot of roles. Like, I love him. He's my favorite Batman.
Yeah.
I like him in a lot of movies, but he's not, what's the word? He's not good on the facial expressions or the dialogue
acting
delivery. The acting part he really struggles with.
All the rest of that he's fine.
The rest, yeah. He looks good. He'd make a good extra.
Wow.
But he does really well in this, in the role he's portraying. It fits his acting.
Well, I also watched a Ben Affleck movie because I watched Gone Girl for the first time. Just kind of went down a rabbit hole on that. I watched that and Deep Water, which are both similar, although Gone Girl is far superior. They're both based on books. Gone Girl, though, is David Fincher directed, so it's already better quality. But yeah, that's got lots of twists, and like it looks, he's accused of murdering his wife, and I don't want to get into it too much because even though it's over a decade old, there's still twists in it that I didn't see coming. But
was it the one-armed man? Did the one-armed man kill his wife?
No, it was not. But it's a good flick. Also, it
usually is the one-armed man.
Yeah, there's some not really good people in that one. Like both the husband and wife aren't really good people that you would root for in that one either. Which is interesting.
Is Ben Affleck the husband?
He's the husband, and what's the name of it? I can't remember who plays the wife.
Rosamund Pike is the wife.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
I did not know that. I'm on IMDb.
Thank you for pulling that up. Thank you for pulling that up. But as soon as you said it, I'm like, yes, she's in Wheel of Time. That lady. She's been in other stuff too. But yeah. So that's a good movie. I also watched a bad movie that was fun called The Meg, which Jason Statham, if it's Jason Statham is like your main guy, that movie. You kind of know what that movie's going to be. And what I liked, and I think I mentioned this to you too, is the movie knew what it was, and like I will go down the road with a movie that knows what it is. Like Armageddon. I love Armageddon so much, and this isn't as good as Armageddon. I love Armageddon.
You love Armageddon too much.
I really do, but there were several moments where I was like, oh, they're doing this. Oh, okay, and they knew how silly they were being. And I just love that.
So on a scale of 1 to Sharknado, where does it rank?
Well, it's not a full on spoof like Sharknado. So if Sharknado
should it be from a scale of Sharknado to 10? Where does it rank?
Sharknado to Jaws. I was gonna go like Jaws being serious. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say it's like a 5. If Jaws is a 1 and Sharknado's a 10, it's like a 5.
Okay.
It's worth watching, but I did get bored at certain points. But there's enough good action set pieces and just goofy lines, and the characters are fairly engrossing, and Jason Statham is just being Jason Statham, and that's fun. There's a fellow bald guy. It's fun to watch that. You're like, yeah.
That's how my buddy felt when The Accountant came out. He's an accountant, which is probably the most boring job you can ever have. Sorry, accountants. And he's like, dude, want to go see The Accountant with me? I'm like, you can't make that job fun no matter what you do, man. Don't try. Come on.
Yeah, it's not the accountant part of that movie that makes it cool.
Yeah. I
Although
feel like
he does
we
do
should
some
probably
interesting
just
stuff.
quit as podcasters that talk about movies because we just put like Sharknado and Jaws on the same scale.
Yeah, but they're
Separate ends
it's a continuum.
Still, it just feels gross.
They're both movies.
Like you got a perfect movie and a parody, and it just
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about another movie that's a really good movie that I think we also disagree on a lot of those things, which is fine. Because we're still talking about The Dark Knight Rises. This is our part 2 of our deep dive into that. And as you know, last time Justin got cut off with all his opportunities to talk about the plot holes. So we'll get to those.
I was promised plot hole discussion, and
you will get plot hole discussion this time. We're back for that.
He's a tease.
But first, though, we want to talk about body language, facial expressions, costume, hair, and makeup and stuff. So, Justin, do you have things that we didn't talk about last time when we started talking about performance, but didn't quite get to?
I think we talked about this a little bit with Bane, but I just want to bring it up again. Okay, so Dark Knight Rises, we're coming in after Heath Ledger's Joker, right? So it's like you got big shoes to fill in terms of villains. You're not quite coming in Jared Leto replacing Joker, not a direct comparison, but still villain. And Bane, I think his presence is like everything. And I think we talked about last time how what is the actor's name? Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's not a tall fellow, but he is still a very imposing presence in his stance. Like every time he's on screen, he's scary. Like the way he stands, the way he moves slowly when needed, and he moves insanely quickly when needed. Which I don't know how much of that is like the actor just really knowing his choreography, and like how much is editing to make it look faster. Like that scene when he goes into the stock exchange and he goes to the metal detector, takes off his helmet and just like beats that guy in like 0.5 seconds. That's impressive. He's a scary dude. So in terms of like performance, like I think his performance is top notch, especially because the dude's wearing a mask. There's only so much you can do when they're like your mouth and nose is covered.
Yeah,
but
he kills it. The eyes, so much with the eyes and just the,
It's a good thing we're doing video now, because that would have been really, really bad audio for
He does a lot of this very theatrical, moving his head around in his hands, up like that. Just a couple things. We did talk a lot about it, because it's hard to separate some of the things we talked about from just facial expressions. But a couple of things I didn't talk about. I love the look that Batman gives that rookie cop when the guy shoots at him.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm on your side. We talked about the turning on the screen and looking back, but Selena Kyle back and forth things a couple times.
Wait, turning on the screen, looking back?
Well, yeah. What? So, she does that when she's in there and trying to give the fingerprints to Stryver, and then the cops bust in and she just melts down screaming, and then stops and looks behind her and lets us know.
Switch.
We're in on the sequel. We're like the only ones that see that, and I think that's pretty cool. We talked about the jacket a little bit last time, but I did want Bane's jacket, just jumping around a little bit. That this was a custom made jacket. I didn't get a chance to talk about this before. So the costume designer Lindy Hemming. So she said that what she did, she took inspiration from it's a Swedish army jacket and a frock coat from the French Revolution. So it's equal parts dictatorial and revolutionary, because he's both of those things.
That is cool. I wonder.
Right? So subconsciously, we're
how
like,
intentional that was,
dude. It's 100% intentional. They had to make that.
I guess that's. I mean, intentionally like revolutionary.
Oh, no. It is a cool coat though.
It is a cool coat. I wish I had that coat and those pecs to fill that coat.
Something else that's very much on the nose, but I appreciate the fact that it exists anyway, is that Bruce at the charity ball is the only one not wearing a mask because Bruce Wayne is the mask, which is goes all the way through. I mean, that's what Katie Holmes' Rachel Dawes said in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of following through with that.
I like that. I read this guy this week that was kind of going off of that, and he was talking about how, he believes. I guess this is a common thing. It wasn't just his opinion, but that Bruce Wayne died in the alley with his parents.
Right.
Not literally, but that the persona of Bruce Wayne is dead.
Yeah.
And that is when he fully became Batman, and he just cosplays as a billionaire, but he's actually just Batman.
No, I like that a lot.
I do remember too, and I remember as a kid thinking I was so cool for thinking this. As a kid, I mean senior in high school, when I read the series Nightfall, which is the series that this is very, very loosely based on, where Bane breaks Batman's back, and Batman, while he's recovering, he hires another Batman. Anyway, and Bruce Wayne, Batman talks about in there how he literally views himself as two separate people. When he puts on the mask, he is a separate person with separate motivations and goals and ideas and things like that, and he just kind of takes it off and boom, back to regular. And I like that. I feel like every live iteration of Batman has done that very well.
That's great. So speaking of masks, so you've read the comics, you're familiar with Bane before this movie. How did you feel about the mask that Bane is wearing being a pain relief, a source of pain relief, versus the Mexican wrestler style thing that they had in the comics?
Yeah, I was okay with it. I think we've talked about this a lot, but Nolan grounds his superhero films quite a bit. So I don't know if I was expecting him to have the Bane venom. What's it called?
Yeah, I think
the stuff
is venom, right?
Yeah, but I think it has a certain name. I thought it was called something else. Anyway, but it's basically venom that he turns on and roids out essentially. And I feel like in this movie there was some hints at the fact that Bane is insanely roided out. When he's introduced or when he's shown in the sewers when they bring him Commissioner Gordon. Yeah. His two henchmen bring him. You kind of see scars or lines up his back a little bit. Just almost tears in his skin a little bit, which would suggest maybe there was some augmentation there. And then I don't know if this was intentional or maybe it was just Tom Hardy's physique, but he has a lot of skin, skin acne on his chest and torso back area. And I know steroid. I don't know this personally because I've done 20 push-ups my entire life. But from what I understand, steroids can do that, create a lot of body acne. And I don't know if that was intentional to be hey, this guy's juicing hardcore, or maybe Tom Hardy was just actually juicing for the role, and that's just what he looked like. I don't know. But either way, that's how I kind of took it, of that maybe Bane is not this purist as we're kind of led to believe. He's cheating in a way, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe in that world that's not considered cheating, but maybe his emotions and his muscles and everything are not quite his own, but augmented in some way more grounded than the venom of the comics.
Right. Cool. All right. Anything else?
I didn't answer it.
No, you totally did. I just wanted to get your take on what you thought about that. Anything else you want to talk about with performance before we go on down to set design?
No, I feel like we talked about that quite. Gary Oldman kills it.
Yeah.
Like he normally. I feel like Christopher Nolan is just so good at casting. Very rarely is there someone in his film that doesn't live up.
Just the Katie Holmes / Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. I mean, their acting is fine.
Yeah.
Katie Holmes is fine. Just Gyllenhaal is.
Yeah. They're the weak links in those films, though. By far.
He's no Jake.
Back to that.
Or she's no Jake.
She is no Jake.
I know last time we talked about Ben Mendelsohn as Daggett. He's great. Love him in everything. Rogue One, he's fantastic. In this, he's fantastic. And then Bern Gorman as Stryver. I don't know, like mousy looking. How would you describe that guy's face?
Punchable. But other than that, I don't know.
Punchable. Yeah. Very, very punchable. Yeah, he does a great job. They just, I feel like they all just do really stellar performances. Like, very, very well cast.
Okay. Yeah.
I did think it was odd too. So Brett Cullen, who plays the congressman that Catwoman, manipulates, doesn't he play Thomas Wayne in the Batman?
Yes.
Yeah. Also a very punchable face.
Yeah. And see, I always think of him as from Lost. I think that was the first thing I saw him on. And then he's
punchable in Lost.
Person of Interest. He's in that too. Briefly though, those are both J.J. Abrams things, so makes sense that
maybe he just
yeah. So setting design. This like we've talked about this before with the Nolan films and how a lot of them are filmed in real world locations. Unlike the Burton films, it's all on a set. I mean, we're everywhere from India to London to Los Angeles. We're in Glasgow some of the time, New York City, and a lot of it in Pittsburgh, including Heinz Field, where the football game takes place. So lots of real world locations, which only adds to, the verisimilitude. It again feels grounded in those ways. Some of the things for set decoration, a couple things I wanted to talk about with the set decoration. One that I loved at one point after the how do I put this? So after they've dropped they've been isolated from the rest of the world. The bomb, they've blown up the bridges and whatnot. There's a great shot of like an American flag in tatters. And I was like, hey, that's just like democracy in Gotham. Look, it's just hanging by a thread.
Do you feel a little weird? This movie did it in kind of two regards. There, where it shows the American flag, and then in another instance when it pulls out of Gotham, and it shows like the military, high command with the big computer screens, and they're like analyzing the situation in Gotham, and that just always seems so weird to me because everything is always so localized within Gotham. Yeah. But then to see it pull out into the larger world, it's like, I guess, functioning in the same way our world does. I don't know. It just that juxtaposition between Gotham and real world is always a little bit jarring. I felt that way in The Batman with our friend the vampire. When at the end, when like the National Guard comes in to help him out, I'm just like, National Guard next to Batman? That just seems weird.
It's a little strange.
It's weird. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that feels like a necessary evil. Like you kind of need to show, the president and like what would happen with the rest of the world if it's, America's most important city. And they mentioned stuff like that, that was also kind of a little bit weird for me to hear how the rest of America feels about Gotham City. I mean, I guess it makes sense, based on where it would be in that universe. But it was a little jarring. But I guess, also necessary.
I kind of wish they would have just kept it a little more localized. But yeah, I understand where they were going with it, I suppose. I was going to say something else about that, but never mind.
Something else I wanted to mention. We see this in the first couple of movies as well, but I don't know. Did you notice that when we get to Wayne Enterprises, almost all the rooms are huge, but like very sparsely furnished, like hardly any furniture in them. Like they do not fill the rooms at all.
Yeah, I feel like this one, it was kind of subtly showing the decline of the company. That's kind of how I was taking it. Like it used to be this grand, thriving company, and like it's kind of slowly being hollowed out throughout the films.
Ooh.
And then Fox kind of draws attention to that of like, you torpedoed your own budget and you've been spending kind of recklessly and not really taking care of your company type thing. Yeah. That's how I took that. Is that?
No, I like that. And I had something slightly different, but I really like that too. I was just looking at it as, since we have, Bruce Wayne has essentially used Wayne Enterprises as a front for his to fund and to furnish all the Batmobile, obviously, and all of his suit and all of his equipment and stuff. Like, it's not really important so much what's happening there as what's happening below. It's like, but also, I mean, I guess that feeds right into what you said too. Like he's neglected that, and ultimately neglected that in favor of Batman. And then even when Batman, retires, essentially now he's got nothing going on in there.
Yeah, that's kind of one of my issues with this movie too. Is so he meets with Fox, and Fox is like, "Well, your company's basically broke and everything sucks." But if I recall, Bruce put Fox in charge of everything.
That's true.
Right? So it's like, Fox is like, by the way, you're broke. You suck. And if I was Bruce, I'd be like, excuse me, you had one job. Big job, but it was yours, not mine.
Yeah. Yeah, I always assumed that Bruce Wayne was a figurehead. Like, that's kind of his deal, right? That he's the playboy philanthropist thing, that it's his name. He's the one signing the checks, but he's not doing any actual work. And I think that's
so
everyone
the fact that he
assumes
neglects it shouldn't hurt anything.
Yeah.
But maybe I just misunderstood that relationship. Or maybe this movie's not as good as we think it is.
I mean, it does. We have to get to the point where, he's broken everywhere, right? That's the whole thing. We talked about this a little bit last time. Like, even with Alfred leaving him, like, his company's gone, his body's gone, his friends are gone.
But even for the movie to get to the point where it's like, Bruce is really, really broke. Okay, so there's a very, very public break-in at the stock exchange. Very public.
Always bugged me. Yep.
Police, cameras, everything, steals all the money, and then they're like, you're broke. Sorry. Nope, nothing we can do about that. I know it was clearly fraud. Like, why go through all the work of, like, stealing his fingerprints?
Yeah.
Just to, like, very publicly not use them. Like, nobody is believing that Bruce Wayne is there to initiate those trades.
No, that when I first saw the film, that was the one thing that stood out. I don't have a problem with all the other things people have a problem with, like him showing back up in Gotham after getting out of the pit and all the things. Didn't bother me. But that, I was like, are you kidding me? No, of course. That's not going to hold up. I mean, they did this on Bones.
Yeah.
I don't know did you watch Bones? The TV show?
No.
All right. Well, they did this with Bones. There's a character called Hodgins. A similar thing happened where he was clearly ripped off, and it was obvious that this happened, and he never got his money back. But it's like, it was clearly fraud. No, that's a bridge too far.
Well, and they have some lame throwaway line, somehow Palpatine Returns line in there of like, oh yeah, well, it's going to take some time for the lawyers to sort all that out. It's like,
they do.
Shut up.
That's hanging.
Just
the
like
winter,
immediately shut off his power. You think this guy is paying monthly power bills to the energy the electric company?
He's got to be off the grid. Come on.
Yeah, off the grid or paid for like the next decade. Like,
well, by the time well, also, like, he's Batman. You don't think he has offshore accounts everywhere?
Yeah, seriously. There's a lot of
Batman has a plan
issues
for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that does bug me. I will admit that's one of the things. I'm just like, no. I mean, I get why it's trying to serve the purpose of he's broken. I get it, but come on.
Yeah, there's just a lot of so the movie can happen. Like, oh, why is this thing so the movie
can happen. Yeah.
I feel like we've come to respect Christopher Nolan. Yes, he doesn't always pay attention to like the small plot details. He expects the audience to piece a lot together.
Yeah.
Like in Inception. Inception does not focus on the little tiny details. So you just kind of have to like headcanon your way out of that.
Yeah.
But in this one, it's like there are too many of these. And it just feels different. I don't know.
Yeah. See,
I don't know why.
You've got me thinking of some other ones that bug me now as I move on down to props because I know. Like, I think we talked about this at lunch too. It's like, what about all the other tumblers? Like, the Gothamites are going to recognize that, right? All the the camo ones. Hey, isn't that Batman's car? How come there's a whole bunch of them? Those came from Wayne Enterprises? Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's really weird. Like, you're telling me like every kid in the city doesn't have like a little Hot Wheels version of the Batman tumbler by now? Like, 5-year-old's going to be like, Mommy, it looks the same.
Yeah.
Shut up, child.
That kind of bugged me. I mean, I get it. I do love the bat, though. I have to say, I'm going to swing back and forth. I love the design on the bat. I love the sound design on the bat.
Yep.
All that's very cool. And I know a lot of that is
practical. Sorry, I had to say it.
A lot of that is practical, as where they move that thing to. Obviously not the actual stuff where it's up and above and whatnot. But
so between the tumbler, the bat cycle, and the bat, what's your favorite Nolan trilogy vehicle?
Yeah, I'm still going to go with the tumbler. But I do like the bat quite a bit.
I've never been much of a fan of the Tumbler. Like, I don't dislike it, but of all the Batmobiles, it might be one of my least favorite.
Oh, that's true for me too. I mean, I do like Batfleck's Batmobile quite a bit, which is kind of like
I like Batfleck's.
That's kind of like a merge between this one and like Keaton's Batmobile in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's got
like
style,
the best of
but
both.
also just like the raw power.
Yeah, crushes everything.
Actually,
and runs into soups.
The Batman with Vampire Boy.
No, that's not even. That's just a car.
Least favorite.
Oh yes, that's just a car. That's dumb.
Oh yeah. I don't.
Give me something.
It's a Batmobile. Batman drives it. It's a Batmobile. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but I like Michael Keaton's quite a bit. Obviously, there's like some nostalgia classes going on there.
Yeah.
But that one's just awesome. And then the one, I don't know if this counts, but the animated one from the
Batman
counts. Animated series.
Yeah. Which is also very
so,
tank-like in a lot of ways.
So cool. So cool though.
Okay. Speaking of stuff that's dumb, the clean slate, which I don't have a problem with in and of itself, like the fact that it exists, but it is
Craig, wait.
Yeah.
Wait,
okay.
Pause. No.
Yeah.
You're supposed to like this movie, and I'm supposed to criticize this movie. What are you doing? Stay in your lane, man.
I gotta be a critical thinker.
All right, fair.
The thing about the clean slate, which I mean, it's kind of cool, right? That it could erase you from the internet or whatever. But the awful exposition, and I know Nolan sometimes gets dinged for exposition, but Daggett says, I had to write this down. He says, "What, the clean slate? You mean the ultimate tool for a master thief with a record? The clean slate where you type in a name and date of birth, and within a couple hours that person ceases to exist in any database?" That's word for word what he says. No breaks there. Just those two sentences are just like, okay, could you lay it out? No. Like, did you put it in as like a placeholder?
Thank you for the exposition. That was great.
Write something more clever here. And then it just didn't get to it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it's
that was
so bad. Like, if you just call it the clean, we're smart. We can figure it out. I don't get that.
I feel
just
like
wipe yourself from existence. No.
He's
being
slightly
sarcastic.
Redeems it when he says, very so slightly redeems it when he says, "Sound too good to be true." Like, he says it like,
yeah, he's kind of mocking her when he says that.
Yes, yeah, but it's still just like,
it's too long.
Really bad.
That's
bad.
I have to chuckle every time I see that. I'm like, oh no.
Although I feel like as the older this movie gets, or I guess the more I watch this into the future, 2012, 2020, 2025, 2030, whatever. Whenever I watch this, like that, the idea of that is just like more and more appealing as our lives like transfer more
Clean slate,
online.
yeah.
I'm like, ooh, that sounds nice. I'd like to erase a lot of things. That'd be great.
Anything else setting the design you want to talk about before we move down to characters? And
I feel like the other movies, Nolan tried to hide the fact that Gotham was like a mix of New York City and Chicago. Like, he kind of like blurred the lines, but in this one he's like, nah, like, forget it. It's just New York City, or it's just Chicago. Like, it's just very clear. He shows a lot of like zoomed out, like aerial shots
and whatever.
Yeah.
Although a lot of it, the interior, the close down stuff though is Pittsburgh. So, but I know what you mean. Like, when you just look, there was a much more mix in say Batman Begins than there was here.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand why this one had a lot more to do with the fact that the city was isolated, so you had to show quite a bit. Okay, it's an island. You have to.
Yeah.
Is it a full island, or is it just? I think it's a full island, right?
I think that was the whole idea. Yeah, that it's an island. That's so when they blow
there's
those bridges,
not like
there's
a
no way out.
peninsula or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can we talk about the blown bridges?
Yes.
Okay, I am not an architect or an engineer, but I play one on TV. Just kidding. But my very deep and intense Googling about architecture and engineering has shown me that those bridges that were blown up to isolate the city are suspension bridges, which a suspension bridge requires the entire bridge to be connected. If you blow one part of a suspension bridge, the whole thing falls apart. Like, it just, I'm sure there's an engineered term for this or something, but you can't have a suspension bridge with one part blown up. You just can't. And they just straight up don't care. They're like, yeah, we're going to blow it up. And then the U.S. Army is going to park on the other side with like big old guns and tanks and jeeps. And
so the movie can happen.
But I'm like, no. I don't like it. So, I don't know. Either CGI in a new bridge or I don't know, have drones over it to shoot things that try and isolate in some other way. I don't know. But yeah, I don't like that. Like I said, I don't know much about engineering, but every time I watch this movie, I'm like, that doesn't work. And for this podcast, I'm like, okay, I need to confirm if that doesn't work.
Sure.
And it doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't
it's a fair gripe.
Not even a little bit. Okay, I'm done. That was it.
All right, I'm just rolling down the characters to see who we haven't talked about. We've talked about just about everybody else. We didn't talk about Matthew Modine as Peter Foley, the second command, Matthew Modine had a much bigger career in the 80s and just kind of pops up here and there and was in this film.
Oh, yeah, he's
pretty good.
Stranger Things. He's the
yes, that's probably
doctor.
Most of our audience would know him from that, and the kids would know him from there. Nestor Carbonell plays the mayor again.
Aidan Gillen, who plays the CIA agent at the beginning. Also, Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. And then, is this also Cameron in Ferris Bueller? I always get him mixed up. Is it different? Is it a different guy? Same guy?
No, it's a different guy.
Pretty sure. Different guy. Okay,
different guy.
I get him mixed up. They look similar in my brain.
No, that's a different guy. Can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. But that's not him.
That guy, just in that plane scene, the CIA agent in the plane scene, is just so funny. Because you can tell. You can tell it's like, this guy clearly has a desk job. He got promoted last minute. He's feeling real
that guy
cool.
over here. Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't fly so good. It's
yeah.
Perhaps he's wondering why you would shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane.
You're a big guy.
For you.
Yes, okay. Yeah. There you go. We do have Juno Temple, Keely Jones from Ted Lasso. Pre-Ted Lasso. She's Selena Kyle's friend. Jen. Tiny little bit part. Without her British accent, which is always just weird.
How do you feel? Let's assume, because I don't think there were ever any plans to make a fourth one, right?
No, not from Nolan.
So let's assume there was, because it's kind of weird that they would introduce Robin right at the end and then not have any need for follow up. Do you think Joseph Gordon-Levitt would have been a good Robin? You like that? You like that casting?
Well, he's not Robin at that point. He's Batman. So which question are you asking me? Would he have been a good sidekick, or would he have been a good Dark Knight?
Wait.
Because he's the Dark Knight at the end of this film.
No.
Yes.
No, he takes the...
He takes the mantle.
Wait.
Yes.
Now my brain hurts. That doesn't... No.
Yes.
No, Craig.
100%. That's why the bat symbol has been restored. That's why he was he wasn't training a partner. He was training a replacement, just as to borrow from Tommy Lee Jones in Men in Black. No, he's the Dark Knight who rises at the end.
That's the name of the movie.
That's the name of the movie. Yeah. No, and they had talked about this. Like, if they were going to put, Henry Cavill's Superman in the same universe as this, like, he would be at this point, it would be with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, which we don't want that. Nobody wants that.
No, I don't.
He's Batman.
Oh,
he's Batman.
Now.
He's Robin who became Batman. He was Robin. Now he's Batman.
He wasn't Robin though. Where's his tights?
He doesn't have to have the tights. That's the thing. It's grounded. That's super grounded. He'd been Robin the whole time.
He was Robin the whole time.
Yeah. But he didn't have the training, right? He wasn't in the League of Shadows. Like, he didn't do the whole thing and disappear for 7 years. So he's not ready.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about. Are you sure? Is this like a commonly accepted theory?
100%. He is the new Batman.
I thought he was going to take up the mantle. I mean, this is all hypothetical, right? But I thought he was going to take up the mantle as Robin, though.
No. He's Batman. He's new Batman.
He would not fill out that suit.
I know.
That guy's got to bulk up. He could talk to Bane about some steroids, I think.
Well, he doesn't have an Alfred either. He's gonna need some help. I mean,
I think,
he's got Gordon in his corner.
but Gordon is Gordon, not
Yeah, I know.
Alfred.
No, I know.
That's
I'm not
deep.
saying he's gonna straight up replace Alfred. I'm saying he's not by himself. He's got help, but he's gonna have to get himself an Alfred of some kind.
Oh, I don't like
Is this
that.
the first time you're getting to this? 100%. That's where that went.
I just thought he was going to be Robin,
No.
like a Nightwing. Like, Nightwing's his own thing.
I
Nightwing
do.
is not Nightwing.
I know. Yeah, no, Nightwing
No, I'm
is...
thinking of Darkwing Duck. That's Duck. Have you seen Darkwing Duck?
I have, but yeah, I know
it's amazing.
Nightwing is Dick Grayson. That's when he
Yeah.
goes to Bloodhaven and all the things. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought he was going to be like a Nightwing, like a grown-up Robin.
I don't think so. That's why
he's
that's
just
why
gonna
you get
be
the bat symbol at the end on the rooftop. If nothing else, I think there's tons of in-text evidence
Okay.
for that.
So that kind of a little bit follows.
But then you see the Dark Knight
The
Rises
comic-
at the end. I'm like, that's what they mean. I mean, it means multiple. It means
Because
more
he's
than
on the
one thing.
platform that rises.
It means more than one thing. Like a lot of stuff.
Oh, it's symbolism, but it's also like literally happening when
Yes,
it rises.
literally. The song Rise is playing at the same time too. The song is called Rise at the end. So
I
Just
don't know if I
montage.
like this. I don't like it. It's both too on the nose and too far away from the nose.
well,
There's multiple noses at play.
oh, the nose plays. That's an Ocean 13 reference.
Bane doesn't have a nose.
It's true.
How is that connected?
I
It's
don't
all
know.
connected. Where's
Hey, did
Corey?
we-
We need some theories.
Hey, did we talk about Cillian Murphy being in this? I can't remember if we did.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
That was
I
nice.
don't know
to
if we did, but
he only got the one scene, but that's great. I know that's the rumor has it that was going to be Heath Ledger as the Joker as the judge, but I'll take some Dr. Jonathan Crane, Scarecrow.
see, every time I hear
as
that,
well.
I don't like it. I don't like Joker in that role because Joker's an agent of chaos.
I was
and
saying the thing. Same thing. Yep.
A judge is not. That's the opposite.
No.
Unless he was a really chaotic judge.
I mean, they do have the death or exile. Yeah, death by exile. That's kind of fun.
By exile. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm reading too much. I'm still okay. I'm still.
While you're doing that, I'm going to throw
Robin's not Batman. No.
I know, but at one point, Dick Grayson becomes Batman, right? He's one of the ones that takes up the mantle. That has happened in
like
some
that.
iterations. No, I'm sorry, Michael. Liam Neeson's back.
He's back.
Yeah.
Which again is another wonderful Christopher Nolan grounded because in the
Yes.
comics, Ra's al Ghul or Raz al Ghul, however you pronounce it, people.
Yeah.
Pronounce it.
Isn't Raz the correct way?
I don't know.
Raish al Ghul? I heard that's the actual pronunciation.
I always said Ra's al Ghul because that's what.
That's what
like I grew
Nolan
up on
says.
the animated, and I think that's what they call him in the animated one.
Oh, I got it.
Amazing.
It's been a while since I've seen that. I need to check that out.
But I
So
might
yeah,
have
there's
made that
many
up.
paths to immortality, right? It's just a
Yeah.
flashback that. So this is another interesting. This is similar to like what we talked about with Dom and Maul being the one who's like anything that he gets from Maul is actually Dom, right? So when he says he basically reveals that Bane is his kid, even though it's not. That's just Bruce figuring that out incorrectly. But he
Greatest
takes it as
detective, my eye, dummy.
I had, where did I put this? I put this somewhere. Oh yeah, this is what I had as a note for that one. How does this movie get a Liam Neeson Force Ghost before Star Wars does?
Ooh, deep cut.
Because he should have been. Dang it, he should have been in Revenge of the Sith. Like there was in early iterations of that.
Yeah,
coming back.
that Star Wars trilogy like does Qui-Gon dirty.
He's so good. He should have
we
been.
needed to
Yoda's
explore
talking
that
to him when he's got
character
his eyes closed. We talked about that. But it was nice to see Liam Neeson back.
Yeah, and it's
Always give me some more Liam Neeson.
cool to see the immortality of that character in a grounded universe
Yes.
of Nolan's.
Yeah. That was cool.
While we're talking about reveals and Batman being the worst detective ever and finding out that Bane is not Raz's son,
And missing, Talia there the whole time.
His face when after he gets stabbed and realizes who Talia is, he's just like, oh man,
Aren't you glad we're doing video now?
I hate Christian Bale's mouth, but it's usually pretty forgivable. But in this, when he's Batman and you can only see his mouth, and it's like extra puckered because the mask pushes it down, and he's just like, oh man, I don't like this Batman. the character. I don't like Christian Bale's Batman. I don't like it.
Wow.
The more
we have
the more I watch it, the less I like it.
we started strong with Batman Begins, and it's just kept going downhill for you.
Yeah,
Because you like that one the best, yeah.
Yeah, but this one, have we talked about costume yet?
We
talked about costume.
didn't totally talk about it. It is the same costume, essentially, from Dark Knight.
It is the same costume, but the shadows do not betray that costume. Like, the costume needs to be in the darkness. But in this one, they're like, nah, let's put it in, like, full gosh dang daylight for no reason. That whole we talked about this last time, but, like, the whole street fight, that could have been at night. Could have been at night. No one needs to see the bat suit in broad daylight. It does not look cool.
And maybe that was, like, we just want to try it on because we haven't seen it. I don't know.
Maybe, but I feel like if Batman's in the daytime, he needs to be wearing his blue suit.
Please. Which I heard there was a tiny bit of news about that today from Andy Muschietti, who's apparently still on track to do The Brave and the Bold for James Gunn's DCU. It was one line in an interview because he's doing Welcome to Derry because he did it in It Chapter 2. And they're talking about, we're in the next couple months, we're going to start having some information coming out about that. I've already said too much. So that's essentially confirming that movie's still happening. But
nice.
I say all that to say, I want blue and gray suit. I want the yellow emblem I want a yellow utility belt, and I want the yellow emblem with the black traditional Batman symbol in the middle.
But Craig, we already got the blue suit in The Flash, and you love that suit so much.
I love that suit. I like seeing the blue and the gray.
It's trash.
We also got there was two of those, remember? Because Keaton had a blue and gray suit in his in that chamber as well. You didn't get to see it very much, but it's in there.
Is he wearing it?
No, he doesn't wear it.
No,
but
it doesn't count then.
We see it. He has a whole bunch of different cool suits in there.
Yeah, I saw that movie twice, and that was 1.5 times too many.
I like that. At some point, we just need to do the DCEU and just go through it.
It's got a lot of good stuff. That's not one of them.
Hey, you know what else is in this movie? Glenn Powell is in this movie.
Look at you bringing it back.
Hey, look at that. Glenn Powell. Very early Powell. Yeah.
You call him Glow?
Glow. You know, we're buddies.
Glenn Powell. This is
Glenn
not
Powell.
a hard name. What is wrong with us?
It's
Glenn
not that
Powell
hard.
in his natural habitat of douchebag.
Very much so.
I don't know if he's a douchebag. He's probably very nice. Glenn Powell,
He seems like a really good dude. Come on the show,
you
Glenn.
are.
Yeah.
He definitely listens to this podcast. He's
100%.
one of our 5 subscribers.
Yep.
Yeah, he just always kind of looks like a douche, but in this he's just like typecast as the douche.
Yeah. There's no money here. What does he say?
Then why are you here?
Why are you here? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a nice looking suit though.
Yeah. He's a jerk. Okay. And Thomas Lennon, who played the Doctor in Memento, also is back playing the Doctor, who mentions how he's seen worse cartilage in knees. Because there's no cartilage in the knee.
Yeah, that's a fun line that they spend a couple scenes discussing and then solving and then never bringing back. They're like, "Oh, Batman, you don't have any cartilage in your knees. Oh, Batman, we're gonna get you this cool little like bionic leg.
It's the brace that fixed it.
Brick.
That's it.
You can kick the brick.
You're welcome to try it, Alfred. Come on."
But then never mentioned again.
Nope.
Not referenced. It's not. It doesn't slow him down. He doesn't.
You know why?
Kick Bane in the nethers with it.
That
would have been.
You know
cool.
why? You know why?
Because it's a bad movie.
Because he's Batman. Okay.
Shut up. Go
Okay.
home. We're gonna end it right now.
Just a few more things. Hero's Journey. I had 2 things.
Not a few more things. No,
I
I
had
got more things.
Okay, well that's fine.
I got so many more things.
Because I had it written there that this apparently was news to you that Robin becomes the new Dark Knight. He's the Dark Knight who rises. It's right there.
Oh no, I missed that.
I'm sure there are some of our listeners that are like, "Are you kidding me? Really?" Yeah. And then really, I mean, and this was all in all the promotional material too, like the saga ends and all that kind of stuff, where Bruce, finally comes to terms with his fate and lets go, which we've never seen that iteration of Batman. It was like, I'm good with, not being Batman, which I know there are some purists that are like, that doesn't make any sense. He would never do that, but he does. He finds peace and retires officially.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that. Mm.
Well, it's, we talked about this a little bit too, that, Batman, I've heard lots of people, some way smarter than me, talk about this too, like where, Batman retires after the Dark Knight and he lives in isolation as Bruce Wayne. Like that doesn't make sense either. He would retreat into the Batman persona because that's who he is.
Yeah.
He'd still be doing Batman stuff all the time.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
because even I hate to be the guy that's always like into comics, but
I love that. That's real. That's what it's based on.
So the thing that I can't remember the name of the comic now, but the saga that Batman vs Superman the movie is based on is it's basically old man Batman.
We're talking about the Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
So
Frank
Batman,
Miller.
you know, just like in the movie, builds a suit
I've read it.
to fight Batman. Gets wrecked by, Batman builds a suit to fight Batman.
Superman.
Batman builds a suit to fight Superman. There we go. Gets wrecked, but I'm pretty sure he knows he's going to get wrecked, and essentially like lets Superman beat him more or less in order to like he goes out as Batman like intentionally knowing that was the end. Yeah, so I don't like this idea that he kills off Batman and remains Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Especially when he like goes out with Catwoman, because Catwoman and Bruce Wayne weren't buddies. I mean, they kind of were, but it was more Batman and Catwoman, or I guess I should say Bruce and Selina and Batman and Catwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't super like that.
And that just made me think, like, this is going to be a tiny rabbit trail, but I'll go this way anyway. Like, it's like Fat Thor in Avengers. Like, it would have made more sense character-wise for him to, like, go super militaristic after losing, after not going for the head, right? To, like, not ever going to be, you know, I'm never going to screw that up again. To see him just go crazy fascist would have made sense, too. More, and they just they play it for laughs. You know, like to go super serious and like, I'm going to have, you know, make New Asgard a stronghold and just be like a total a-hole all the time.
That would have been like a cool
I would have loved
alternate reality version of that.
But they went
like
for laughs because
Thor,
it's the MCU.
I like Fat
Which,
Thor.
I mean, I'm sorry, I liked Fat Thor too, but anyway.
I really like the line. Like, I like Fat Thor mainly because when he gets the hammer and he's like, I'm still worthy. Like, that's so heartwarming. That makes me feel.
Yeah, there's a lot of it I like in that movie. Big time rabbit trail. Okay, so we talked world building. We talked about this a little bit. Sets up this potential future that never happens, which is always kind of interesting. And I know there was rumors that Man of Steel would be in the same universe, which we talked about why that's an issue. And I have two minds about that because I mean you have this $1 billion franchise. Let's already have this established world, and then you don't use it. I mean, I get why. But it's also like...
Yeah, it's just Zack Snyder's Man of Steel is way too fantastical to be alongside Christopher Nolan's Batman. Like, they're very, very different.
And it's the and somehow it's the it's the most grounded Superman we've ever had.
Man of Steel?
Oh yeah.
I guess Man of Steel is, but the rest of the DCEU is not as much.
No, that's because that's the pitch, right? That's Goyer's pitch. Like, let's do. That's why he does it as an alien invasion movie. Like, how do we do this if this was in the real world?
Yeah, that's true. I guess the grounded in Man of Steel versus the subsequent films.
Yeah,
kind of
because that is the follow up to this in a lot of ways. I mean, it's written by the same guy. It's Nolan produces, and obviously Snyder comes in and directs. But yeah, I mean, tonally it's very similar.
I feel like James Gunn's Superman. I think you and I discussed this. I'm gonna steal your comment. This is Craig's comment. But because James Gunn's Superman is so like lighthearted and cheery and very opposite from the Zack Snyder Superman, I love them both.
Yeah,
but
me too.
They're very different. I would really like to see a team up with James Gunn's Superman and a Batman. Like, get a really jaded, dark, just cranky Batman. Batfleck would be great. Batfleck and James Gunn's Superman would be awesome.
It would be fun.
Because I feel like Superman in that iteration is way more nerfed than Cavill's Superman.
Yeah.
So he would be a little bit closer to
he's a
competing
god
with Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ben Affleck's Batman is just insane.
Yeah. Well, we've
scene, blah blah blah, Corey, something.
There you go. We've kind of drifted into final thoughts a little bit too.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But
my final thoughts are plot holes.
we'll get to that. I was just gonna say, just to kind of jump off that, like I really do. That's what I want more. Yes, I'm excited. I liked Superman. I'm excited for Supergirl and Jason Momoa playing Lobo. That's fun. And Man of Tomorrow is already like being written right now. If we get another Superman movie, like give me 13. Superman's my favorite superhero. Give me like 13 Superman movies. But I really want a World's Finest movie where it's not Batman v Superman. I want to see them team up. I want to see like the Lethal Weapon dynamic. Like give me that. Like please.
I would want to see a Batman versus, like, because I feel, as much as I like the Batman versus the Dawn of Justice movie, director's cut.
Ultimate cut.
As much as I love that movie, it would have been so much better if we had an established friendship between the two first.
Yes.
Like the stakes would have been way higher. The Martha scene might have actually been slightly good. That's
stop.
Craig likes the Martha scene.
I do. I love it. It worked for me on an emotional level.
You are the one. You are the only one. Stupid.
Thank you, Chris Terrio. I appreciate you.
I don't know who you are, but I don't.
Chris Terrio.
Like
he wrote Batman v Superman and won an Oscar for Argo. I think he won an Oscar for Argo. I know he wrote Argo.
Come on the show, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would like to see like.
Of course, he also wrote Rise of Skywalker
of those guys just like being buddy pals.
I
and then
so
have
want
some
that very much.
That causes them to fight. That'd be awesome.
Well, like, have you seen? I know it's based on a comic, and I haven't read the comic, but there's because the DCAU, the animated universe, does adaptations of a lot of those. Batman, Superman, Public Enemies, or Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, where Lex Luthor is the president, and like they have to go on the run or whatever. Like the two of them are fugitives, and just the rapport between the two is amazing. Just watching them be like buddies is, because Superman's so straight laced and Batman's jaded and all of that. That dynamic it's beautiful. Give us that.
Yeah.
The buddy cop thing.
Batman's all like ends justify the means. Superman's like, Boy Scout.
What the hey, dude? Yeah.
What the hey?
That's Superman. Gets to be such a jerk sometimes.
Four's a name. So is Gary. Oh man, that's.
I really do I like that iteration of Superman quite a bit.
Yeah,
okay,
really
so any more final thoughts on this one? I know you have some plot holes, so let's do it. You've got the floor.
I'm going to leave this podcast and start my own competing podcast if you don't let me get through all these plot holes. Like, I quit. Okay. Whatever you're paying me, I don't care. It's over. We're done.
Go for it.
He doesn't pay me. Okay. So, let's do some plot holes. So we talked about how stupid it was that the plane got hijacked, and everyone's supposed to believe that was the plane crash, even though the wings are like probably 100 miles away. Sure. All right. And then we perform a blood transfusion in a moving plane. Sure. Yeah, that works. Whatever. All right. So we talked about how terrible it was that you can just punch a vertebrae and it fixes a broken. They never say it's a broken back, but in the comics it's a broken back. Oh, so yeah, we're just gonna punch you and you're good. Like, screw you, chiropractors. How dare you go to school for?
It did say it was sticking out, right? They tell you which one it was sticking out of his back or whatever. Yeah, there's some description.
So, I mean, I believe you can use force to push it back. I don't believe that just heals it, though.
No.
Anyway, we got some issues there. We talked about the clean slate thing. Oh, no, we only talked about the dialogue with the clean slate. Okay, so Selina Kyle steals Bruce Wayne's fingerprints to get the clean slate. Ultimately, that was the price. Yep. Bruce. Oh no, I just solved this plot hole in my brain. I read this out loud. This is a stupid plot hole. Shut up.
Did you solve it?
Yeah, we're good. Solved.
Okay.
Never mind. Next one. This is not a plot hole, more of a continuity error, but a really bad one. Stock exchange. Broad daylight. Probably early morning too, because I'm pretty sure the exchange just opens. I don't know how stocks work, but I'm pretty sure it opens early in the day. And then they drive out on the motorcycles. Still daytime. They drive out of the stock exchange. Still daytime. Next
I think that was early evening. That's how I always looked at that. They would
but
already
next scene, it's just dark.
Yeah,
nighttime.
It falls quick. It was.
What happens with sunset?
It was winter or fall. I don't know. We're getting to the time change right now.
Okay, but if we can turn that scene into dark, could we have turned the street fight into dark? That would have been nice.
That's a stylistic choice. I can't help you there.
Yeah, okay, just bad. Okay, we got a light switch in Gotham. That's fine. Whatever. Talked about the bridges. Oh, okay. The cops.
Yes.
We lure the cops down into the sewers, right?
For like 5 months.
Are in new. I'm just gonna Google. If any of my students are watching this, and I tell you not to use the Google AI to cite your sources, which I do, you have to use the actual link to cite the sources, not Google AI. I'm breaking that rule right now. Luckily, none of my students watch this. Okay, so the NYPD is 34,000 has 34,000 officers. Sorry, 33,000.
Okay. So we're gonna assume Gotham is the same.
We're gonna assume so. We have roughly 33,000. Let's say not all the officers went down there. Let's say 30,000 officers in these sewers.
Mm-hmm.
And how are they eating? Are they like putting down food for all of them?
So the movie can happen.
But are they also shaving for those several months that they're down there? Because they're all cleanly shaven when they come out.
That's not a plot hole.
You told me you were going to refute these, Craig. I feel unrefuted.
Okay, this is like Corey said, that the reason that Dom does not wake up is that his kids have not aged. I'm like, that's a movie thing, man.
Dom is not wake. Oh.
When he shows up at the end of the house.
Do movies not have makeup departments so they could slap a couple beards on these guys? Or maybe just tell all the guys, hey guys, we're going to shoot one scene, and then 2 months from now we're going to shoot another scene. If all you extras could just not shave, that'd be great.
I just don't think that matters.
It matters. It matters.
Some of the stuff I'm going, yeah, that makes sense.
Have to be held accountable.
What else?
And then, cops are in the sewers. How many manhole covers? Manhole. Sorry. Are in Gotham, do you think? Like hundreds of thousands, probably?
Sure, lots.
Are they all covered? You can't.
All of them.
Not a single cop can
every single
pop his head out?
I don't know.
Every single one. Okay.
I don't know.
It's a good thing though we got Detective Blake, getting notes from the sewers from those.
He's been in communication constantly with his partner.
1,000 cops.
Yep.
Okay. So none of them are leaving any of the manholes. Okay, no big deal. I know a very common plot hole that everyone gets mad at is Bruce Wayne getting back into the city after escaping the prison, even though the city is completely cut off. Because he's Batman.
He's Batman. I'm sure he could hire a plane and parachute in. Not a big deal.
He's got 1,000 ways in, just like he should have, offshore accounts.
Freaking Batman. The end.
He's Batman. I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Let's see. Another common one is Bruce Wayne is dead, but then he's not dead, but then he dies again when Batman dies. Someone would have connected the dots. I don't have an issue with that. I don't think anyone knew Bruce Wayne really came back into Gotham. I don't think he made that really clear. Batman came back, but Bruce Wayne didn't really come back.
I mean, he showed up at that one ball and then destroyed all of their cameras with the EMP.
No. I'm saying when he comes back into Gotham after Gotham has been overtaken and isolated.
Oh, nobody saw him.
Yeah, some people online are people would connect those dots. I'm fine with that one.
Not at all.
I got more. Hang on. Some of these we've already talked about.
Just make a giant list.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Most of my notes for this episode are just plot holes, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh, Blake figures out that Bruce Wayne is
talk
Batman.
About that. Well, because he had the anger. Yeah, that's weak.
Oh yeah. I noticed your face. Your face looks like sad.
Because you can't hide the anger the way that I learned how to do it.
And I'm an orphan, and I recognize other orphans. Therefore, you're Batman.
I don't know if that's a plot hole. That's just lazy writing.
I'm just gonna put this on a category of bad editing, plot holes, and lazy writing.
Okay.
Sorry, we've already gone over so many.
Should I put some bumper music in while we're doing this?
Yeah, we should.
I'm going to give you 2 more.
Oh, now I feel like I gotta narrow these down.
I know. Let's see. Did you know this movie is 87% on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
Not that that means anything to
That's
me.
a little high.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
All right. We talked about how stupid it was that. Oh, okay. First. Okay, let's do this. Bruce Wayne's choice in women. We got Katie Holmes, Gyllenhaal, Dogface lady.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, yeah.
Sure. Childhood
Same.
friends. I'm
Sure.
okay with that. Whatever. But then, like, I'm going to fall in love with Talia, who's clearly a psychopath terrorist that somehow made it onto Wayne Enterprises' board, and there wasn't, like, any sort of solid background checks. Okay, maybe she made up her background. Whatever. But shouldn't Batman Bruce Wayne, like, look into that background? He's the world's greatest detective. He probably should have figured that out. But no, instead, he's just going to fall head over heels for this lady and, like, hand over the keys of the kingdom to this lady, show this lady where a nuclear bomb is. That's cool. Let's do that. And then, surprise, she's going to, like, literally stab you in the back. Side. Whatever.
Literally.
And then 5 minutes later, I'm going to just make out with Selena Kyle, but I'm going to make out with her while the whole city is about to explode. Like, we have literal seconds. Yeah, I know. I'm still mad at that one. That one's really dumb. Really, really dumb. That was, like, the worst timed kiss ever. And then, rather than just telling Commissioner Gordon, I'm Bruce Wayne, he's like, remember you put a coat on a boy like a really long time ago? And, like, as a police officer, he probably did that often. He's like, okay, Batman, that narrows it down to, like, 500 kids.
He had his suspicions. That just cinched it for him.
Oh, I probably recognized the sad face, just like Robin Batman Blake did.
Yeah, exactly.
Frick. It's just bad. There's too many. I can take a couple of these. I can wash away a couple, but there's too many. We already talked about Bane's trades. That's stupid.
We really
that
like this movie for the most part. Strangely enough.
No, speak for yourself. Stop this. Don't speak for me. We talked about how stupid it is to even just introduce. Bruce is like, oh, here's one. Batman comes back. He meets Blake. Blake's, getting beat up, about to die by the bad guys at nighttime in Gotham. And he, like, hands him the little tiny bomb. And he's like, hold for 2 seconds and then throw it or something. Right?
It's not a plot hole.
But, like, Blake throws it at what's supposed to blow open the sewer, right?
Yeah.
And nothing happens. And he's like, do you got anything bigger? And then Batman just, like, blasts it.
Because it looks cool.
Why did Batman even give it to him? Just to, like,
practice.
Put him in his place?
Practice. Yes.
Like,
to teach
know
him
your
a lesson.
place, child.
He's teaching him lessons all the way through. That's why you wear a mask.
Of what?
Sometimes you can't get rid of a bomb. You need a bigger bomb.
I'm still mad that this movie never referenced that even a little bit.
Yeah, and you think Nolan has seen Batman 66? No.
I don't care. Someone on set should have been like,
no.
Hey, Chris, you know what we should do? Yeah, this is a good opportunity. Anyway, there's just a lot of issues. Can I go into overall thoughts? I'm just going to go into overall thoughts.
That wasn't overall thoughts?
I really like this movie.
Good. Me too.
It is by far the weakest of the three, like by a wide margin, to the point where it makes me sad. It's got a lot of issues, but I do like this. Well, I don't like the take on Batman specifically. Like, the whole, I guess, world that Nolan has built is cool. But this movie is meh. The end. All right, Craig. Final thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I still like this movie quite a bit. Yes, I recognize that it has flaws, but to me, there's way more good that outweighs the bad. So I enjoy it. It doesn't bug me. Like, I kind of laugh at it. I know it's not perfect. A lot of those stuff, yep, fair. And some of it, I'm just like, that's a movie. I don't care. So, yeah. Again, it's like the Martha thing. It works for me. I can see your face. You're like, that's not good enough.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
It doesn't bother me.
I would just like the audience to know that in speaking to Corey's not here today, but obviously Corey agrees with me on this. So I think we need to start taking a tally of where we are in all these movies. That's when Corey agrees with me. Wait, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe I have the wrong opinion. Corey should not agree with me.
I think sometimes we agree and sometimes we don't, and that's the fun.
I need to rethink my life choices. Okay.
Okay, let's get out of here. As we close, we just want to say thank you so much for listening to all of our ranting. If you'd like to connect with us and chime in, you can find us on X, Instagram, Facebook, email us at readingbetweenreels@gmail.com, or you can use the SpeakPipe app on our website. And if you enjoyed the show, please like, follow, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify. And one last thing, our next episode is going to be the start of our review of Interstellar. I know, right?
I love that movie so much.
Me too. Send us an email or voicemail about your favorite moments from Interstellar, and we'll share it on the next episode.